YouTube was good. I'm about to show y'all my steps and tricks to get a low taper. How y'all take y'all low tapers from this to this right here with these quick and easy steps. Very simple, very easy from a very skilled barber. Without further ado, let's hop straight into the video.
Always put my faith, thank you, because you got me. I feel no one. This song is trying to really get to know you. Yeah, make me know. I feel no one. Know that you can't stop me.
So the first thing you're gonna do, obviously, is comb the hair out. Combing the hair out with the grain is making sure everything is nice and lifted up off of the scalp, and basically prepping it for us to to cut everything down and to get our haircut started. We're using our soft trimmers. A soft trimmer is a trimmer that's not zero gap, and we're setting in our bald guideline. So with a soft trimmer, usually it leaves a harder line whenever you use a crazy zero gap trimmer. So to prevent that hard line from coming in, because the hard line that people first put in as barbers, like that'd be the hardest line to get out, bro. And right here we're just making sure everything is even and symmetrical, but using a soft trimmer is very much needed. I don't think people talk about using soft trimmers enough, but a soft trimmer is what's needed. It's just an extra trimmer. That's why it's good to have multiple clippers. Soft trimmer is very much needed with not creating hard lines and to not have irritation or a hard hitting trimmer that messes up somebody's neck or anything like that. And right here, we just having a simple client consultation. This is something that you want to do before you start the haircut, so you and the client understand what needs to be achieved and what's going on with the haircut. You could kind of get a feel for what's going on and how would you approach the haircut. Right here, he did want the haircut down, so we're cutting it down with a bigger guard, around a 4 or 5 guard right here. I'm not really too sure which guard, but just a big guard. Just kind of filling it out. When we cut down the hair, we're filling out like what does he have underneath all of this hair? Is there any calyx? Is there anything that we need to know about before starting? And right here is very important. Like just a simple conversation would bring your client back. You don't have to be that good at cutting hair or anything like that. It would make your career go a lot faster. You gain clientele faster and more efficiently, have a better career if you're better. But just a simple conversation will do. Now right here, we're gonna take our Andy's masses and we're gonna go up right to the top of his ear, and that's where we're setting it in. Our level is all the way open, and then we're gonna start our fading down process, just slowly fading down. And right here, I did switch to my wall seams because my Andy's masses are not zero gap. Sometimes on Andy's masters, you have to break the lever at the bottom just for it to work, and I didn't want to do that, so these are perfectly zero gap. So this is going to take out that bottom or that first line that we had set in for our taper. Now we're going to start debulking with our number 2 guard. Lever all the way open, and now we're going to wind up, blending all of that into the top with the curls on the side and everything, but we're just getting the foundation for our taper, that first little line that's needed, or that first debulking stage that's needed to create a successful taper. And then we're going to worry about everything at the top later. Now right here, we're just taking our number 2 guard and just slowly going down step by step, notch by notch. And this is our down fading technique. We start at the top with a bigger guard or whatever guard that we think is necessary. In this case, for hair textures like this, well, not hair textures in general, but for afros, with tapers blending into afros or just fades, anything that's blending into a higher level of hair, like a number 4 guard, 5 guard, 3 guard up top, always using my number 2 guard, and then I just start going down eventually. Now this is our debulking process for the top of the hair. Just slowly blending it in, going down this way. You can't see the lever right now, but I'm slowly closing the lever as I'm doing that inside the taper, and now we're just detailing. This is another strategy, which is called point cutting. Now we're going to move to the back taper, level all the way open, same exact steps. You want to keep the same, you want to keep consistency throughout the whole entire fade. And now we're slowly closing our lever, working from the top down to the bottom so you can take out that bottom guideline and fade this whole entire area right here. But it's important to keep consistency with inside of your taper, with inside of your fade, with inside of all haircuts. That's why you want to have a system. A system is very important. Now we're going to start off a little bit different for this back taper. It's the same exact thing. We're taking our number 2 guard, but this time we're gonna go down a debulk. I usually do this for all back tapers. Like 98% of the time, I start by debulking this way first, and then I go against the grain. I go with the grain to eliminate some harsh overhang that it would make the taper not look right when fading. So I kind of eliminate that first, or just as much so I can see what's actually going on. Now this right here is a number 3 guard, and we're gonna take this and we're gonna try to debulk and try to see like what's really going on. And right here I'm showing y'all that I'm using a flick out motion to create that shape of the taper in the back of his neck. A flick out shape. If I wanted to do a more boxier shape, I would just go straight up. But we're having that real life taper look, so we're flicking out slightly when we get to the top, because we do want to leave his curls at the top. Now we have our number 2 guard, and we're just going up, just debulking slowly, just working in there, working our way down, and we're slightly closing the lever each time, each notch, each way, just making that taper a little bit more smooth. Now 1 guard, lever all the way open, and we're starting right where we left off with the number 2 guard. Dealing with hair textures like this, man, and as you can see, his hair on the left side wants to go left. It doesn't just go lay flat straight down and wants to go down to the bottom of his neck, and wants to go off to the side. Usually hair textures like this, people find the most hard. Like, this hair texture is like hard to blend for most people, for most barbers, only because I would say of how loose it is. Once you cut the hair, it's falling off, it's gone. Because you kind of, with this hair texture, you kind of got to take your time and kind of just, if you have the steps, you can move fast, but I would recommend take your time. He does have looser curls, or a looser hair pattern, or looser curl pattern. So you just want to tap at it, just nudge it. You want to do a lot of detailing, a lot of point cutting when it comes to this. And right here I'm showing y'all a spot that I had missed. And right here, all I'm going to do to eliminate them is just turn my clippers to the side and just detail. Now we're going to start a lineup process. We're spraying some alcohol on an alcohol swab pad, or whatever you want to call it, cotton swab. And we're just rubbing the perimeter of his lineup. Just the pieces, or just the parts of the hair we're going to be edging up or lining up. Now we're using our blow dryer on cold. You always want to use your blow dryer on cold. It makes no sense to use your blow dryer on heat whenever you're doing the lineup process. It don't make that don't make. Look, we're gonna use cold holding spray. Our cold holding spray is the coldest ever. Like, if you just sit in a cold environment, it will get cold, and I feel like that helps out as well. And then we're gonna blow dry on cold. Now this is some lather, and then we're just gonna brush it into his his lineup, brushing his lineup down. And then we're gonna use the hot towel, take the hot towel off, then repeat our alcohol and blow dryer tactics. Now right here on the back neck area, we do want to make sure we're not cutting in too deep into his curls, but cut in deep enough to where the line is prominent, to where the line is noticeable. And right here we're just using the left side of our trimmer blade. You want to use our left side of our trimmer blade and working with that right side to create those sharp lines that we want. And right here, look how beautiful that taper came out. Right here I'm showing you how evenness within inside of the lineups and the taper will make all of the difference. So making it match as close as possible, or as symmetrical as possible, I want to say, will make all the difference. Will make the taper look more beautiful, make the taper stand out a little bit more, look more clean, and make your haircuts look a lot better. Make your haircuts look picture ready. Picture ready. Now this side we already did. Now you can see all of that bulk right there. We're going to smooth all of that bulk out. This is why it's important. A lot of beginner barbers tapers do look like this. Now I'm going to show you how, like, smoothing it out, the bulk will like really transform your haircuts. Now right here, as far as the C-cup lineup, we always start at the bottom and use our corners of our trimmer blade and just work our way to the top, creating that C motion, that C-cup motion. And right here, we're going to sit in that left side C-cup. All we're going to do is turn our client to the front and kind of view. It's kind of like an eye level thing. Kind of view the right side and the left side to know the placement. And then try to match it up as evenly as possible. And then make that C-cup. And now you're ready for the front of the lineup. For the front of the lineup, we did use the nose or the middle of his eyebrows as a point of reference when it comes to starting in the middle. And then you do want to pick the strong side or the weak side. This client in particular had, his line was pretty strong, so we kind of get to work towards the side that we want to work towards. When we work towards the side, we do want to only use the right side of our blade if we choose to work to the right side. And if we're working to the left side, we want to use the left side of our blade, matching the rest of the blade with the previous side that we already cut for a more even and more flush lineup. Now, as soon as you work to one side, you just go to the other side and match it. It's all like connecting the dots. It's all just connecting lines, man. You just want to make it even. Once you have one side pictures on one side done, it makes it easier for you to go in and make the other side exactly like that. I don't really work or do one side and go to the other side and go to the other side and line up. They go to the other side and line up. It's just too much and it creates inconsistent work, I want to say. And right here we're just detailing, just kind of just touching up little spots that, I could have done better, or I noticed that I couldn't have done better. Sometimes the end product isn't what you've already done. The end product is what's coming. The end product, sometimes the rough draft is needed within a lineup. And I did drop my pencil. Well, look, we're just adding our enhancements, just a light coat of enhancements. Our client really doesn't get enhancements. I talked to him about getting enhancements for the video, but we're just simply just spraying. Just 2 taps, 3 taps, and that's it. That's all was needed. That's all. We don't need no extra nothing. And then right here, we're going to raise the blade at him. The razor blade is what makes everything come together, man. The razor blade really cleans up everything, bro. But look, it's HYB. If you're not handling your business, then what you're doing. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And we out.
I'ma get my heart and my soul right. Righteousness inside your kingdom, on my law, right. I feel no. Jesus, I'm just trying to really get to know you. Yeah. Let me know. I feel no. I feel no. I wanna know why you so good to me, and God, you so good to me. I understand what comes.
Benny, please don't do anything crazy.